Let's talk about making lasagna. What are you gonna need to do to make it? You need an oven and a pan, nature seasoning and Lowry seasoned salt, sauce, that kind of sauce. Don't get anything else. Noodles, of course, meat, ground beef or deer. That works. So the first thing you do is, before I give you the flash on this, you brown your meat, brown it good. You're going to season it heavily with some Lowry seasoned salt and some nature seasoning. And you're going to mix that all up. And you want to brown it till it's good and brown, and then drain it as needed. Alright, once you got your meat all drained, you add your sauces. So we got some Prego here, and then you're going to need some spices to add. Probably some more nature seasoning and more Lowry seasoned salt. Spices to add are garlic powder, some thyme, minced onion, and or oregano. Alright, so got our sauces in here, and then I always turn the jars upside down to get all that little bit of sauce out of it for later on. But just kind of mix this around, turn the heat back on. Oops. Just get it good mixed up. Do kind of basic stupid stuff. Got a little bit of nature seasoning back in there. Some garlic powder. Minced onion. A tiny bit of thyme. And same thing with the oregano, just a tiny bit of oregano. So what I forgot to add was some more Lowry's, but not too much. And sometimes I add basil or parsley, don't matter. Don't add them today. So the next thing we're going to do is cheese. Let's get a big bowl out. Big bowl. And then you're going to need 2 eggs, some Parmesan, big bag of mozzarella, ricotta, and some salt. Alright, next thing you want to do is focus the camera. There we go. You want to preheat your oven 365. Alright, so I put all the ricotta, and I use a big thing of ricotta and a small thing of ricotta, 2 eggs. It's a big thing of cheese. I use about half of it, and I use half of the Parmesan. And then I put like about 3 pinches of salt in there. Meredith. Alright, so, is this upside down or not? I'm going to mix this stuff all up, and that's going to be your cheese sauce. Extra cheese is the topping for the lasagna.
No.
So you also want to get your pans ready and get your foil ready, because you're going to be using those next. Alright, so this is where it gets to be interesting. So you got your sauce, got your cheese sauce, pan greased up, Meredith screaming in the background, and your lasagna. So what you're going to do is you're going to layer your pan with the sauce, then you're going to put your noodles down, and then you're going to put cheese on it, and then you're going to put sauce, and then noodles, and then cheese, and so on and so forth. And you want to end with sauce. And don't overflow the pan. So you only get about like 2 layers in the pan. Alright? That's the sauce and noodles. By the way, that is not the type of noodles I like to use, but that's all we have. And notice they're not cooked. You don't cook them. They will cook themselves in the oven with the foil. So I'm going to add cheese sauce, and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so that's what the cheese looks like on it. It's not a lot of cheese, it's just a layer. You don't want to be silly because you'll overflow your pan quick. Alright, so let's put another layer on. I'll probably just go ahead and load it up and finish it up. But now you'll just add the sauce to it, and then like I said, noodles, then the cheese sauce. Alright, so that's it, totally filled up. You want to make sure all the little noodles are pretty much covered all the way, and then you cover it in foil and throw it in the oven. Now you see I got some extra stuff left. That's what you use to make a little backup pan. Alright, got them both in the stove, cooking at 375. We cook them for about 45 minutes, should be good. So here's what it looks like after 45 minutes. And what we're going to do now is cover this entire thing and all the remaining cheese that was left, and we're going to heat it up. We need to preheat the oven at 425 and put it back in for about 20 minutes. And now get that cheese good and melted and all kinds of funness. There's no longer a smaller pan of lasagna because we had a pan failure. And oh well. Anyway, I also want to review all the ingredients that we use here. So start from the beginning, use about 2 pounds of ground beef, and you just need 1 box of lasagna noodles, and you need at least 4 things of the small Prego sauce, or you can just do 2 big jars, like the real big plastic jars. That's a good thing to use. 2 eggs again, 8 cups of mozzarella, a small bag, I guess it's about a cup of Parmesan shredded, or you can use the stuff that's in the can. That's fine too. You need ricotta. You need like a big thing of ricotta and a small thing or 2 big things. It's all based on how much cheese stuff you want. If you use 2 big ricottas for the cheese, you need at least 3 eggs though. Trying to think of anything else we use here. So I think that covers it all. Nature seasoning, and Lowry seasoned salt, and your pans. That's about it. Anyway, I'm going to cover this in cheese and put it back in the oven once it preheats and show it to you real quick, and then we'll be done. This is what it looks like covered in cheese. I think you all could have used your imagination. Anyway, like I said, 425 for about 15-20 minutes. Longer, the more crispier and darker the cheese is. The noodles have all been cooked through already, and it tastes good. Anyway, so notice there's no foil on it this time. You're just cooking it as is. So the next time I'll do a video is when it's done. Alright, that's the finished product there. One big old pan of lasagna. Best in the world. Enjoy.